Scatter the weak will get knocked up on the end. Ike's over flashes onto Marla. He heals back up. Teleport coming in. Ike is level 3 and in trouble. Flash over from Flandre. Execution there, key, but Vici Gaming blow the gun.
That was so well played from Jay to start. And then even holding on to the hook shot. But man,
and even
stop.
Maestro's here. Scatter the weak, kill again. 4 kills early for Snake. Vici are crumbling at 5 minutes in the game.
And that's a real tilt because it was well orchestrated to begin with. That should have been a kill onto Malu. But the over flash, I still think he got this done, but not going to be able to follow up with a Q or an auto attack. It was just basically he played himself. Take a look at the bottom side play though. Because Vici Gaming go for the dive. You're right about it being an overdrive. Let's find out how.
Oh, actually bobbed back, so better played by Maestro.
Yeah, Maestro played that very well. Well done there.
It does mean that the return kill gives Maestro, after moving to the mid lane, a bounty at 5 minutes in the game. Moby boots now for Maestro. So expect that mid lane roam to happen very frequently.
Yeah, this is what you need. Not an Alistar. Not early on. Early boost mobility, of course, that doesn't have any boots. So he can leave and everything. Usually it's the high tower.
Yeah.
So as long as they find it, you know, a good position, he can look and help out Mala and drive.
Yeah, Mala did pick up a kill on that trade as well, as 10 CS ahead. But the issue about that trade for Snake at the moment is that First Blood went over to Puff, who has a almost 30 CS gold lead. That'll of course shorten. That was an interesting scrying bloom. Like, let me find that control ward.
I will say that the breadcrumbs of control ward. Ward is catching out. Ike's slowly moving in for a dive.
And now it's spotted that Snake are like, well,
I wonder what he's to do.
Just spotted the ward, bit of gold though. You got to look at the bright side. I was saying before that, you know, the CS is over to Puff. And he has sustained. Of course, this is 9.2 Lucian, so anyone who's experienced what Ard is that plays is not maxable anymore. Rather, a couple of points should not go into it. See what he's maxing this game. That's why you have to.
You're even seeing Lucian's actually start out with a Doran's ring for the extra bit of damage coming across. Just has so much control in lane and an ability to constantly proc mana flow ban. Like mana flow ban right now is incredibly strong. And compared to absolute focus, you're starting to see a lot more AD carries move towards mana flow than the early damage that absolute focus got. For the nerf that came through on absolute focus is like, well, that's not enough damage now that I'm getting early on. Comparing that to 200 plus like mana that you're getting just from stacking up mana flow bans, you can continuously do this. Just poking in lane, incredibly effective.
Puff has put 3 points on the W as well, so Ardent Blaze is starting to chunk out. And bottom lane will keep on going. Look at the discrepancy. So Maestro may roam, but Southwind is almost level 6. Puff will get culling soon as well. And that's severe kill threat on Ashura, even if he has his ultimate.
I just love the fact that Poppy's bot side clearing out. He recognizes what the game plan is, and he's trying to counter it. He's not trying to go topside again to actually put Vladimir farther ahead. He's just saying, no, I want to slow the game down. If I get another gank onto Vladimir, what does that do for my composition right now? Nothing. He needs more goals, and so slowing the game down is actually far more beneficial than getting some extra kill to Vladimir at this moment in time.
That's why SOFM's trying to hit 6 as soon as possible so that he can keep the bottom lane safe, or rather force something down there sooner rather than later. But with the culling, Asura's forced out again. This time it's not a death, but he's still out of the lane. Look at the wave. That is going to be denied. Jay realizes that this lane is winning this lane for Vici Gaming, and of course you do. He walks down bottom as well just to secure it.
And also a big plus on top of that is you can actually get the turret plating and then find a good base timing because you have a tank support, so you just get like that much damage with demolish on tower. So much gold is free flowing into Puff's pocket.
Oh, hang on. Smite. Oh!
Nice.
Outplayed.
Just struts over there.
So easily done. Hextech on man was available as well, so he doesn't land his ultimate. That's when Ike steps into the shot. Vigil's killed into the top side as well. SWM just has to go back into his own jungle. It's definitely played the Camille game we've seen in the LPL junglers.
Take a look at this. So what you see on your map is sustain versus sustain footwork, Vamp Scepter for Chalitza, and his Q still gives him sustain early on, because 9.2. And so it's just outmatched here. Flandre cannot deal with that in a skirmish, so that's why you're seeing him just like play it back underneath tower. Thankfully, because of the early ganks, he has 10 CS advantage. But Chalitza is starting to make it up.
Vision again prioritized. This time Chalitza drops it into the first brush leading into the enemy jungle, but you can see control wards into the top side. And you can actually see control wards in general. That 3 versus 1 for Vici game.
Nice to see. I think one of my favorite teams coming into the LPL that aren't the top tier teams, but are teams that really prioritize early vision.
Get out of here. That would actually look too easy.
Nice. I mean, that's just how hard it is for a Poppy to gank a Silent.
Yeah.
I would say 2 teams. Actually, Snake used to have really good vision control. I still think that they do, but not prioritized as much as it has in the past. And then old Newbie. Newbie in the back in the days for me was really got me going, because they would have Sky or V, whoever was in the top lane, constantly shove out and look to put a ward on top of Krugs. That being said, opposite from Krugs is bottom lane. Which right now, Asura is getting a little bit of a pounding.
Yeah, this is a bit rough. At least this time Asura does survive and is able to pop the pots. And Asura still able to be in lane. That's the positive here. It's just getting Riftfield again. I think this is a free Riftfield game for Ikes.
He's an objective-focused jungler.
Yeah, he really is.
He's Dragon, Rift Herald, blue buffs. He's always focusing on what would just get him a smaller incremental lead. Well, I guess other than Rift Herald, that's a little bit larger. While SOFM's looking to get more ganks across. The first one didn't work out well for him. Sure, he's 1-0-1, but Sion's doing well for himself. Puff and Southwind have confidence level.
It's actually a flash there. Ike's probably happy to get here. There's the Hemo Plague. Does it kill him? No. SOFM's coming in. He gets out alive. That's a flash and ulti burned by Flandre for no reward.
Wow. I thought it was going to be a game of equivalent exchange. I think even Ikes was saying, you know what, I'd rather die if I'm going to pick this one up.
I think he was thinking he was going to die anyway as well.
He had Crimson Rush. I would have gotten there well.
Yeah.
Just unfortunately not right, no flash. It actually just makes him a large target. If Camille was ever thinking about going bot, probably should still, because you want to get the Rune King Puff out of there. Could also equally go top lane, because that should be a kill with the Ignite there. So both side lanes should be very easy to look.
Haven't seen the Ignite drop down just yet.
Oh my god,
King's bottom lane. Yeah, Marla is caught out here. The hook shot, walk shot right behind. This time Ikes doesn't need to overflash. Scatter the weak on 2, but the heroic entrance is there. Southwind, 2-man shield to Duran. Teleport coming in. Vici Gaming caught out. This time, no, and Snake turn it back around. Southwind brings in Chalitza, but he can't follow up even with the perfect execution. Vici go deep, but don't get a reward.
You're starting to see how hard it is for a Galio Camille to really get the combo across if it's not an AP Galio mid. If it is a support Galio, you don't have the damage. Bulk of the damage is going to be coming in from Ikes. And it was already pretty hard when that old composition was coming. To really get a 100-0, you still needed follow-up. That one had no follow-up, missed the stun, and it was a support Galio, so there was no way for them to get the kill.
It's another miscoordinated fight from Vici Gaming. The ambition there, the thought is behind it, but we'll watch again how this got this executed.
Look how far away the next is. Like, that one's just never going to be an opportunity to get the kill onto the Mala, who was pretty far back. Already, I guess, still had 30% HP.
Yeah.
So you can see what they needed was not that much. They just need one extra member. Be it Puff or Chalitza TPing a little earlier, then that would have gotten the job done.
He moves out of lane, loses 20 CS in the replay. The bottom lane just got forced out yet again. Puff and Southwind continue to surprise me in the LPL Raz. They're honestly just such a dominant 2-on-2, or rather 2 members into the bottom lane. They're going to take the first turret of the game. And they got all the gold plating as well. Puff is 50 CS up on Asura, and is 2,000 gold up of his lane opponent in 13 minutes.
Rest in peace to a CS difference at 15. Like that, right now, if you're Asura, that's gone way down while Puff is just jacked up, skyrocketed. Had a really good day in the gym at that time.
Yeah. It's quite ironic as well, because Jay actually has one of the lowest CS differences at 20 minutes in the game, being on average CS behind of his opponent's good. Puff makes up for that. Chalitza does have perfect execution in the top lane. Flandre will go by
đâu đi
unanswered.
lấy à?
Because every single time he's trying to rush up with that Crimson Rush, boom, trap. That's why
Nó mang đàn ra đi ấy.
top lane
Đi ra sửa.
pick up.
Đánh
So
mà.
I love the
Nó hỏi
fact
tao
that
đâu.
you could tell that Chalitza
Nó hỏi tao đâu lên xem đàn cái đi
yourself
sửa nó đi.
Vladimir practice,
Con mẹ.
but it seemed like it was good enough for him to be able to practice.
Nó mang đàn ra hiểu không?
Just
Ông mà nó
unfortunate
làm
really
nó lấy
early on
ngoài,
didn't get
nhưng mà nó
ganked,
đi
so
nhún nhằn
didn't
nữa
get to see
luôn.
the beauty of it. Now we're starting to. He got his gunblade. He's prepared for a top lane push after his bottom lane freed up.
Đi vào sáng 5:30 đi học là biết rồi.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's find out as well what Flandre can do. He's picked up as long as out. Hourglass first, and looks like we're hovering with that Kindle gem towards our next item, being a proto belt most likely. So top lane for Snake, as well as mid lane. Marla has gone by a little bit unnoticed this game, but only purely because he's been cleaning up these kills and surviving the laning phase. You have to say his Syndra is one of his better champions by the looks of it.
Yeah, but it's going to be harder for him. Adaptive Helm pick up for Jay, and a much more mobile pup who's pretty far ahead, I would say, right now. So if we're talking about what Mala can do, I don't know, man. It's just in the perspective that right now Snake have the kill lead, but are actually losing out in the goal lead. It's a pretty good indication of what's been happening across the map.
They move mid, this time VG Gaming pushing towards that turret. More gold, more objectives prioritized. That Rift Herald was used before, so it's not up and available to clean this one open. Chalitza has smoke screen, uses it, but look who's up in the top lane. That Ignite was dropped down. Chalitza has perfect execution. Flandre has used the ultimate. He there. Chalitza under the turret will pop, and he's forced out. VG Gaming see the rest of the members coming up.
Dropping Ignite, pretty gutsy knowing that you don't have your Shroud up. So it seems like he was expecting no members to be there. Yeah, Maestro wouldn't be there, which is a fair enough. Ooh, see, he's getting tough. Fair enough, but that just makes it so now that Chalitza has to go back to base. Changing up his lane assignment, actually, going straight back to the bottom lane.
Ashura sitting down in the bottom lane himself. He'll clear this turret, and the long lane will be given over to Chalitza. But again, solo gold over to Ashura. That's 300 in the bank. Good to catch up on this Lucian. You know there's a time and a place that this Lucian won't be as relevant as you. That's what Snake are banking on.
It's nice to see them pick it up, but remember, Puff had not only gotten the turret, but also had the turret plating unanswered, so
yeah,
he just has that much more. Stop igniting him!
What's this Q do nothing? That's worse, apparently. Flandre
annoyed by this.
Flandre has ult. I mean, with that reaction, you're probably just like, just ult if you're going to ignite. See what happens. God. All right, well, 2 ignites down the side of Vici. Jay, the difference is spellbook, so he picked up teleport instead.
Exactly. Just wanted to get it out of their way, especially if he's going top lane. He wants to be splitting up. He needs his teleport, so he's just he's not doing it to just throw his ignite out there. Just saying, you know what, I need to actually swap up my spellbook rotation.
Yep. Let's see how this dive goes in the bottom lane though, because although there is no longer an ignite on Jay, he has teleport to join this.
Let's go.
Being level 12, Ike's comes in. That's a bit of distance to cover. Doesn't find Ashura nor force the summoners. Just applies more pressure.
Doesn't have his stopwatch, and he's already made a poor flash play earlier on, so he doesn't want to double down on that. That would have just been him giving up his life. Remember, on top of that, Asura has his flash, and he only has both summoners. So
yeah.
Good play to just hunt for it, but not commit.
Chalitza in the side lane, which is now responded by Flandre, swapping around. Jay's back here, but it's going to be Asura who is at the side lane himself, with Maestro hovering in between with those moves. Remember, there was bounty on Maestro's head. He just picked up another one. Maybe this grows even more. There's damage on Jay. He will ult, get knocked away, still alive, forces forward. Heroic entrance forces the flash out of Ashura, teleport response, decimating smash, and SOFM's ult misses. 2-man knockup from Maestro, but Marla's coming in. 5 members of Snake are top. They go back mid. Puff should be able to get this turret.
A lot being used there to protect Jay, who I'm fairly certain didn't need protection.
But at least the response there from Vici Gaming was warranted, considering they can still get this mid lane turret. So the cost equals the reward if Puff could get it out.
I didn't have enough members to stop them and push them through the entire jungle, so they're like, yeah, we're taking the shortest path possible. Get away from our tower. Really cool there for, I would say, I think it was initially great from Snake to try and challenge. Even the ultimate from Kaisa to say, no, you're not ulting away, I'm actually just going to stop you. That's really cool.
Yeah.
It's just that they had to have known being able to take down Sion and side lane, especially he was so close to his own tower. That's a tough ask. That is really just, that's them putting some faith in that the crit gods without no crit would be coming through for them.
That's the true damage. It's also maybe that, again, 5,000 IQ play that they're like, hey, Galio's probably going to ult up here. There's probably going to be stuff expended by Vici Gaming to match this if it turns into a fight. Because Vici Gaming want to fight now. They want to fight as soon as possible, those first, second item power spikes. And the longer Snake delay, the longer they make these trade-offs, the better it looks for someone like Flandre and Ashura.
Yeah, and to be fair, too, if no one actually answered to help out Jay, I think he would have died, but certainly he would have needed the base. And certainly that tower top lane would have been under threat. Yeah. It would have actually turned this game into a really like wacky ride where Pop is looking for mid lane turrets, so you get a mid lane for top lane trade. Who stops first? Well, mid lane shouldn't stop first. They should keep rolling, right? And then you just see teams trying to look for a flank to just kind of like. I've seen so many of those games. So many of those games be a Snake game.
Oh my lord! Okay. That was a great engage. Chalitza forced away again. Steadfast presence is painful to deal with as an Akali. 3-0-1 on Syndra.
Yeah, especially with no flash, you're really starting to feel it. This is a tough one for Chalitza.
He's just going to sit in the top lane by himself. This Kai'Sa's just been absorbing up solo experience back into this game, while Snake keep looking for these hitting and more and more successful as the game goes on.
Hey, it seems like SOFM paying him forward. Hey, you know, this is my blue buff now. How many games I didn't have blue?
Got 3 for 3. Thank you for getting it.
I'll take it. You already have blue.
It's a fair trade-off. Baron's up now as well, so getting some of that deep vision off that play too, but look at this flash heroic charge.
Wallbang, hold on to it too. Boom. Just like that.
Yeah.
I love the patience there because he knows that you gotta wait a little bit. The W will come down, going to come down. Other members are going to come through. Then you hold your steadfast presence. You bring it up. I felt like that was played perfectly there. Oh, no, you don't have flash. Get out of here with that nonsense. You can't protect that. You can't protect that.
Jay thinks he can, especially with 3 minutes.
Threatening.
I mean, Jay just died at this point anyway, so he should be fine. Needs about 4 members to him. Like now the top Baron is up, but of course that Infernal too, but not for a while. Spotted out by Award. Puff cleans out this turret. Very aggressive towards it considering Maestro's here.
Yeah, Maestro has flash too. Flash heads up, alt rise is definitely a consideration. Right. Just have to watch where Poppy is though, because they're not going to look for the play if Poppy's not wanting it. So seems like Vici Gaming are going to have the ability to play down this turret for free.
Okay, so trading off top lane turrets means gold back to dead even here at 22 minutes. Vici pushing in towards our top jungle.
What you got to be concerned for though is Jay's inching closer to his Gargoyle Stoneblade. Doesn't he have to be pressed too much because his stopwatch he's had it. So what happens now, he can stay in a fight for however long he wants. He can create the space that Puff needs. So he's not really pressed to go back while he still has his stopwatch. But the moment he's used it, has back to base, Gargoyle Stoneblade. The ability to last that much longer in a fight. Vici didn't have that last game. Last game they were on a ridiculous timer. Now they have that and then some.
We're still waiting for that fight to come through. It's been small picks from Snake, but full 5-on-5. Jay's opted out. Larry